Hello everyone, welcome to your fifth QB64 tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be talking about user input. Now before we begin, I'd like you to see that I've created a short little program where dim x as string, x equals a string, then we have x set to equal this text file Zachary, and then it prints using the print formatting methods that we talked about in the previous tutorial, nice to meet you, semicolon x. So if we run our program, nice to meet you, Zachary. And keep in mind that you can change the value of x to equal anything, like, let's say, Billy Bob. Misspelled Billy right there. And if we run our program, nice to meet you, Billy Bob. And that's great and all, but as you can see, x is hard-coded into our program, meaning that x can't really be changed because we've already coded it in. But what if we wanted the user to say what the name was, like the user of our program to enter in the name? That's where we'd use a little program, little keyword called input. Now what input does, input will ask the user to enter in something, anything, just asking the user to type in something, and then whatever that user types in will be saved into a variable. Here, I'll show you. So input will have it ask a question. What is your name? And since the computer has asked, what is your name? Now we will put a comma. A comma will separate the question from your variable, and our variable in this case will be x, since x is a string. And if we go ahead and run our program, it inputs what is your name. So the computer is asking us for our name due to the input command. And now we see we can type here. I'm just going to put Billy. And if we press enter, nice to meet you, Billy, because it prints out x. And so as you can see here, it asks what is your name, and whatever we type in, it saves Billy as x. See right here, x. And so just to recap, input, what is your name? Whatever we type in here, it is saved into x. And since x is a string or text file, it works. And so then we print out, nice to meet you, whatever x is. And so that is your lesson on input. Here, I'll show you again. Taco Bell. Nice to meet you, Taco Bell. So see, it works. Now, what if we change string to integer? In this case, the computer will be asking, what is your name? However, x would be an integer. If we run our program, what is your name? And I can attempt to write Zachary. However, the computer will not let me, and you can hear me banging on my keyboard for letters, and it will not work. However, if I go over to my numbers, it will work because I dimmed x as an integer. And so it will allow me to type in integers, just not alphabetical letters. And so we can type in an integer, nice to meet you, 44, and that doesn't really make any sense. And so this is why I prefer to change it into a string. That way it can receive text files, like alphabetical letters. Keep in mind that we can manipulate the user's input any way we want. For example, I'll just start a new program. Alright, let's dim y. Let's just be different. Dim y as integer. And so this will be asking the user for a number. And so input, give me a, if I can type, number, close quotation marks. Remember, put a comma, and then whatever variable you want the user input to store into. So input y, and thus give me a number. Whatever the user types in will be saved into y. And so then we can print, of course we can print y, but we can manipulate it where we can say y plus 20. And so the computer will print y plus 20. So we can run our program. Give me a number. Okay, we can just say 30, and 30 plus 20 is 50. Pretty simple. And we can also have multiple inputs, multiple variables, dim x as integer, and we can input give me another number, and then we can print out, oh, typo right here, we want to store the next line of text into x rather than y. And so we're asking a question, or giving a command really, give me a number, and whatever the user types in will be stored into y. Then we have another line asking to give me another number, and this number will be stored into x. So we have two variables, y and x. So we can print y plus x. If we do that, start our program. Give me a number. Let's do 5. Give me another number. 6. 5 plus 6 is 11. And we just created an adding machine. Here, I'll run it one more time. 100. 660. 766. This is an adding machine. We just created our first semi-useful program. The same thing can be done with subtraction. We can just change our function y minus x if we run our program. Give me a number, 66, 33, 33. So 66 minus 33 equals 33. Same can be done with multiplication. I'm not going to show all of these. I'm just saying, proving my point that just by simply changing the function, give me a number, 55, 3, 55 times 3 is 165. That is a multiplication tool that we just programmed. And you can really do anything. We can do y plus y plus y minus x. We can do all kinds of crazy stuff. Here I'll just do 2, 1. And so if we look at our code, 2 plus 2 plus 2, that's 6, minus 1 is 5. And I recommend that you experiment on your own with these kind of functions and see what you can get. And you can do all kinds of inputting, like here I'll dim another variable, dim z as integer, and I'll change this function right here, and we can input another number, input give me one more number, and then we can have this equals z, and then we can have the computer print y plus x plus z. If we run our program, give me a number. Okay, 7, 4, 10. 7 plus 4 plus 10 is 21. And so you can create all kinds of mathematical functions and, adding machines, subtracting machines, all kinds of stuff. Just one final note. Notice that if you run your program and it inputs give me a number, 6, if you would like there to be a space in between both of those two questions for whatever reason, all you'd have to do is just go in between these and put print. And what this does is that it prints a blank line. And so if we run our program, give me a number, 5, and see if there's a space in between these two inputs. That's if you want neatness or whatever, and the program will still work the same, because 6 plus 7 plus 2 is 15. And I hope that this helped you in any capacity. And by the way, you can do multiple lines of printing. This will skip 2 lines if you absolutely want to skip 2 lines. Here I'll show you 5 and see it skips 2 lines. So I hope that this tutorial helped you in any capacity. This is user input for you. I recommend that you practice with this with all kinds of variables. And you can create some pretty fun stuff like adding machines, subtracting machines, etc. And I hope this helped you, and tune in for the next tutorial. We'll be getting deeper into user input and something called if statements. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and my name's Zachary, and I bid you farewell.